What's going on, guys? It's your boy Death here, and today we're going to be playing some more Home. Before I get started, I'm going to take a sip of water because this is really like using up my vocal cords. God damn the amount of narration I have to do for this series. Does that sound like the Minecraft like grass sound effect to you guys? Maybe it's the same thing. Ah, shit. An old ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I could climb it. I extended the ladder. Yes, I did. I popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Fucking bats. In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Yes. I slid the filthy wallet into my back pocket. I noticed it didn't contain any kind of gun permit. In fact, it didn't contain any cards or ID of any kind. I thought I should recover my credit card and driver's license at least. From the railing, I could see over the woods and down to the entrance to the sewers. Had I come through there before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here, the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Oh, shit. Alright, now we're getting into more complex stuff. Trampled into the dirt and grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Yes, I did. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I could find my driver's license, too. Oh, come on, man. Through the fence I could see, what? I wondered if I could find my way around it. God, this is like a maze now. Holy shit. Fucking hell. My controller just vibrated, and then there's that noise. God damn, man. Oh. There's some personal effects shoved back into that rock. Wait, there was a notebook there too. Did I read it? Yes, I did. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was a page after worn page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Holly, Rose, Rachel. Her name was last on the list and had a mark beside it in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather, and Rose had also been crossed out. These marks looked older and more faded. Cheryl is my mom's name, man. Oh, I swear to God. Few embers still burned within the fire pit. Who was camping here, was it? One of the two folding camping chairs was knocked over and there was beer spilled everywhere. Where did the campers run off to in such a hurry? There was a cheap two-person dome tent. Through the screen on the front I could see two sleeping bags. Backpacks and a small cooler. Fuck, man, where am I? Ah, shit. Must have been playing propped up to the stall door. It didn't really seem useful. Did I bother to take it? Yes, I did. I wasn't sure why, but it's a plank. Your machine got a small patch in it that looked almost clean. Oh, I'm here. I had finally found the exit once I left. I knew I never wanted to return there. Through the dense trees, I could finally start to see some light. I must have been at the edge of the forest, but I wasn't sure where the path ahead of me led. I could almost feel the cryptic notebook in my pocket as I tried to think about what it could mean. And where were the campers who had abandoned their site? Would I meet them too? Though the path ahead of me was less dense, I still felt guarded and wary. Who knew what was ahead? I'm not sure you guys are gonna hear that, but there's the I think what is it called? A garbage disposal or something? I don't know. It's just a sink. So sorry for any noise that may be a little inconvenient, but I can't stop it. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I'd worked as a mechanist for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Oh, fuck no, man. Oh, there's buildings in the distance with lights and stuff. Just crawl through the fence. Or there. Oh, that door. No. One of the lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, sneaking off to other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear, and cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. It was locked and shut, and there was a little electronic box. Under the handle, a sign was pasted to the front, and that said "Danger, closed for repairs." Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. The board contained yellowed clippings of newspapers, cartoons, and notices. They were notes to and from the guys that worked there. One of them was Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Oh boy. Our old break table, the layer of dust and grime only made seeing this thing more. What? So many places to go. My power panel looked like it was shut off. Did I push a switch? Yes. The open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the inside, but it was scratched out and the face was unrecognizable. This is Norman's locker. The door was dented like somebody had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. A utility shelf I crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Yes. As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. Fuck that shit, man. Oh, my thing's pink now. My controller. Oh, no. I'm running again. And the door was unlocked. Did I go through it? Yes, you did. I pushed the handle and stepped through the door. Ah, shit. A rack of flashlights hung on the wall. One of them was missing. Ooh, you're holding a flashlight, aren't you? My head pounded as I stepped back outside. Once again, enveloped in the scent of pine trees and muck, the path beyond was terribly dark, and I was grateful that my flashlight was still working. I wondered, though, was it taken from the plant? It sure seemed to. But how did I get a hold of it? I had little choice but to follow the path and hope that it got me back to town. I wondered, Norman had his store along Main Road. Was he close? If he was, I could certainly use some help. Like door had locked itself. Oh shit. Horse little truck had careened off the road and into the guardrail. Its front was crushed and its windows had all smashed. Alright. Judging by the rust, it had been there a while. Fucking hell, alright. Alright, so I guess I can only go left. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Should I take it back? Yes. I cleaned the card off as best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card, and now this. I tucked the card into my wallet next to my credit card. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. You know, it rained last night. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store he had ran. It was oddly quiet, except for the faint sound of television. My dad's doing the dishes, guys. Sorry about that. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. Looked like I could just pop it open. I needed a key. There was a bit of blood on the key. Oh, fuck. Oh, that creaky noise. Oh, what is that? Is that blood? the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on a rack. What was Norman's bedroom? That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing there? Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, and even a few items I didn't think were legal here. One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others there. If the handgun was Norman's, what the hell was he doing with it? The gun would fit there. Did I place it back in the cabinet? I want to keep the gun, but fuck, this is difficult. I carefully pushed the piece back in place and felt a great burden lifted. Trophy earned, a close call. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wondered where it led. Did I pull the chain? Yes. I gave the chain a single tug and a simple folding ladder to the attic popped down. Alright, I'll go there in a moment, I guess. There's a TV and... oh, shit. Oh, no. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my co-worker and one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock, though they were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserved better. You probably did. Did I close his eyes? Yes. I closed his eyelids down, shuddering as I did so. I wasn't sure if wanted to give him peace, or if I just couldn't stand to think anymore about what was going on. TV was still flickering some indecipherable channel. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean though, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Yes, you did. Found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. Sorry about that, guys. I had to go. My dad came in. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? Yes, you did. I opened up the old cardboard box, and damn, dude, and wasn't expected, and wasn't entirely surprised by what I saw. There were more of Rachel's things, more of my wife's clothes, photos, shoes, even that old radio I gave her. Why, Rachel? What were you doing here with Norman? Where do I go now? I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped. Oh. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. Never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and a fat sack of travel magazines was set beside it. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. It had been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, and finding him that way still left me cold. Thinking of him slumped against that chair only cemented my reassurance in getting rid of that gun. It looked like someone had taken that piece from his store, but why was it in those tunnels? As I stepped outside, I recalled that dusty old box of clothes in Norman's attic. I felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. Well, guys, I'm going to have to end this part here too, so hopefully you all enjoyed. My name is Death, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.